Yo, I'm DJ Locksmith.
I'm Piers.
I'm Kezi, and we are 3/4 of Rudimental. Amir is not very well, but he is out here with us and will be on stage in a minute.
So Rudimental has been going for probably a little over 20 years. At one point we didn't know we were Rudimental because we were just best friends. We've been friends since probably the age of 5, and we grew up with each other, making music, playing football with each other, doing things that boys usually do as they grow up. And then we formed Rudimental officially 8 years ago, and we then met Amir, and Amir was a missing piece to our puzzle, and he kind of helped us get into this realm that we're in, and we're basically 4 brothers who just want to show the world our music.
Even though you can only see 3 of us right now, there is one more.
Amir, how you doing? You all right?
I guess the biggest challenge is the size of America. It's so huge that you've just got to play a lot of live shows to get your music across, and it's quite important for us because our live shows quite integral to who we are as a band, and so I guess that was the big hurdle, and we've been doing it for quite a while now. We're getting bigger now, and I guess, you know, the other big thing is getting your songs on the radio and getting your music heard. So it's a lot of networking,
yeah.
You know.
And as Piers was saying, getting your songs on the radio, we kind of like to make boundaries, like sort of break them with our music. So it's quite new and different to a lot of things that have been heard before. So it's quite hard to place on radio, which I think is a struggle that we will keep fighting.
Like so many influences, you know, you have modern day influences and you have influences from the past, like Lauryn Hill. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was one of our favourite albums. You got Dr. Dre, 2001, that took us through pretty much our teenage years. So then, on the other side of things, you know, we got to meet, what's his name? Brad from The Specials, the drummer from The Specials. And that was only, 2 days ago in Mallorca. And like, it's just mad that we've been saying his name in the interviews and whatnot, and then we get to meet him, and then you got Massive Attack, you got Earth, Wind and Fire, and these are the kind of things we've tried to sort of bring into our live show, and you can probably see it when you see us today.
And alongside that, we grew up sort of in London around the sort of dance culture of house music, jungle, drum and bass, and all those influences mashed together alongside the fact we also all play musical instruments and we're a band, sort of shapes the sound we have.
I think it kind of happened very organically, and we just, you know, we did a lot of gigs and worked it out. I mean, we're musicians as well as producers, so we kind of, a lot of the times when we write the songs, we do it as a band and we jam with the instruments in the studio. So it was just a case of doing that on stage and getting over things like nerves and technical things, you know, and how we're going to do it. But I think the main thing we did was just, like, we had great people around us, like the trumpet player, Mark Crown. We brought in a drummer and some singers, and it kind of all came together over the space of, you know, like two years really to where we are now.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about having people around you who share the same dream, you know, and focus and get into that end point and that end goal. And along the ride, along the way, in the last couple years, through our success, we've made tons of mistakes. But luckily enough, we've been able to get away with them and learn from them.
And now we're here with 10 people about to go on stage in Lollapalooza for our live show, which is pretty crazy. I mean, like, what we've been through the last 2 years to get to this point now, it shows that investing in what you believe in, and like we believed we wanted a big live show, and you know, like the old soul acts like Sly and the Family Stone and Earth, Wind and Fire, Funkadelic Parliament. They're our inspirations live as well. So we really wanted to kind of, you know, put that across.
When it comes to collaborations, it's always different the way we find vocalists or approach vocalists. Looking at the first album, John Newman, we met him in a local bar. He was just singing on his guitar, and heard his voice and was like, wow, your voice would be perfect on a song that we had already written called Feel the Love. So he came to the studio, wrote that, and then we wrote another song with him, Not Giving In, which is pretty amazing. So there's people like that, and then there's other people we've worked with, such as Emily Sandé, who actually came to watch one of our live shows. So we sort of met her afterwards and said, let's get in the studio, and wrote 2 amazing songs with her. So one thing I'll say is we like to sort of let things happen organically and naturally and A&R things ourselves, rather than people push us into a room that we don't want to be in.
And another thing is, we're proper stubborn, like 4 stubborn guys. We know what we like, and we're a sucker for a soulful vocal. And when we make a track and we write our own music and write the lyrics to our songs. We go out there and we search for people who can fit the mold, you know, and that's the way it works for us. Well, if we got a lyric that's like, I love you, I'll probably come up with the I, he'll come up with the love, and he'll say the you.
But it's not actually that far from the truth.
You probably said the word five or six times already, but it really is an organic process. We're not like producers, conventional producers. We go into the studio, we play our instruments, and we hit the record button, and then whatever comes up, and it evolves from that. And that's the way we like to work. And when we collaborate with people, we like to give them the freedom to express themselves in that way as well, rather than restricting them to thinking, well, you got to make a track like Rudimental. Be yourself, and we'll be ourselves, and hopefully we'll produce some good music.
To be honest, we sort of give the same lively, energetic show, whether it's in a small place or a big place. We get the crowd jumping, we jump, we dance, we have fun. So we just carry that same energy wherever we go.
Yeah, something we've learned over the years is that when we're having fun and when we're enjoying ourselves on stage and we're showing people the rudimental culture which sums up all those things, people want to be a part of that. It's infectious, and that's what we love.
Yeah, I guess the beauty of doing it in a theatre is you can have, you know, production, and you can mold a show slightly different to it being on a festival stage, and it also depends on, like, you know, whether you play it in the nighttime or in the daytime. But at the moment we've got that kind of like energy that stays the same throughout every show, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just rounded it off there.
Yeah, round it off with that. And I'm about to say something, but I haven't thought of it yet.
How you doing, Amir? You're right.
You're right, man. Bye.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're working on album 2, and yeah, it's sounding pretty amazing so far. We're really excited to get it out and show the rudimental sound again. Hopefully, it will be out in February. That is the schedule we're kind of working on at the moment.
Really excited about some of the collaborations we got there as well on there. A lot of the collaborations and a lot of artists, the vocalists, are going to be following in the same footsteps of the John Newmans, Ella Rares of the world, and there's going to be a lot of people on there you don't know, but you will know. That's what we're about.
Yeah, we set up our own record label as well, so we're going to be launching that with a new album and new artists from the new album on that label.
So look out for our new record label, which is called Major Toms. We're actually going to be releasing our second album on our own label, so it's really exciting stuff for us.
And,
really.
we're actually making that album sort of while we're on the road as well. So we are back here very soon in around August the 20th, supporting Ed Sheeran on his North American tour. So
I'm DJ Locksmith.
I'm Piers.
I'm Kezi, and we are Rudimental, and you're watching
GRAMMY Pro.